Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully logged in, right? So here we successfully complete our logging portion. So right now I want to work for our logout. So if you want to working with this logout, first of all, we have to create one of the method. That means we have to create one of the function in our app logging and to the view area. So that is our logging function, and after that I want to create another function for the logout. So if you want to create that function with the def, and I just name it as a logout user, logout underscore user. So that will be our logout user, and here also we have to pass that same as a request, and then I have already loaded our logout method. So with this logout method we can do that work very easily. So I just simply added our logout, and to the logout area we have to pass our request, right? So then after that, here I want to do when it should be successfully log out, where exactly it should be redirected. So I just make as a return, and return with our HTTP response to redirect. Here I want to pass that reverse, and with this reverse I want to pass it should be redirected to our logging page. Okay, so for the logging I have already created one of the URL in our app logging, and with the URL, so that is our logging, right? So that is our sign in page. It should be redirected to particular this page, and now here I just simply added our sign in. That means it should be redirected to our logging page. And also here I want to do one things, like when you want to access this function, then this user must have to be logging. That means when this logout option will be work, first of all this user must have that logging. So that means the logging will be required for access this method. Okay, so if you want to do that work in Django, they have another method as a logging required. So that is in our decorators. So here first of all we have to import it. So that is in our from, and then Django, and then contrib. So that is a contrib, and from the Django contrib auth, and then the decorators. From to the decorators I want to input one of the method as a logging underscore required. So with this logging required you can make your function, that means this function as a required. So if you want to access this function you have to must logging. Okay, so now I want to use it. That means for this logout here you have to just simply add that logging required. That means first of all this user must have to be logging if this user want to access this logout function. Okay friend, and now I want to create one of the URL for this logout user. So in our URLs, so here I want to create a new one, and I just name it as a logout. Okay, I just name it as a logout, and also I name that this route as a logout, and also in our view area I have created one of the function name as a logout user. So now I just simply load this logout user. So now I want to add that our URL. I want to add that URL, and here I want to add one of the another menu. So if you want to do that work, that is in our base HTML, so go to our base HTML, and into this base HTML, that is our menu, right? So here I want to add another one, and I want to add another one for the logging. So it will be as a logging. Okay, it will be as a logging, and then I want to take another one here I want to take another one for the logout. It will be as a logout. So for the logging I have already created one of the URLs. So our URL name in our app name as a app logging, and then our sign in, right? So here I name it as a sign in, and for the logout in our that is in our app logging, that means our app name. With this app logging we can actually access this logout. So that will be our app logging and the logout. So friend, here I want to add one of the condition, like when this user is already logging, that means when this user is already authenticate, this user can access this two of this, that means home and the logout will be visible, rather than this sign up and the logging will be visible. Okay, I show you, then everything will be more clear to you. So here I want to put one of the condition. I just added one of the if condition, I just added one of the if condition. If that user, that is also one of the by default user as a I want to use it, and also there have another method as a is authenticate underscore is underscore authenticated. So with this is authenticated method we can add it. So first of all it will be check it if this user is authenticated, that means if this user is login, so then our two of this menu will be visible, and else. So here I want to add as a else our rest of these two menu, that means two of this menu will be visible. So after that here I want to finish our if condition as a and if. I hope it's very much clear to you friends. So I just put one of the if condition. If this user is authenticated, that means if this user is login, then it should be display our home button and the logout button, and else it should be display our sign up button and the logging button. Okay, so here I want to check it, like here if you now click as a save all. So first of all I want to check that server. You can see they have some of the error as a logout request. So into the logout request here it's showing as an invalid syntax. So go to our view, and into the view area, that is our request. Here you can see I just used that as a this one. So here it will not will be needed on here. So that will be our logout request. Perfect. Now click as a save all. Again I want to check it. Yeah, you can see everything is now perfectly running. Now go to our site, refresh it. Yes, you can see friend, right now I am already logged in. For the reasons here you can see there is our two of this menu is visible. Here I just simply added that condition. If this user is authenticated, our home button and the logout button will be visible. Else, that means if this user is not authenticated, if this user is not logging, then our two of this menu will be visible, right? So now you can see for right now I am already logged in. For the reasons it's showing as a home and the logout. So now I just click as a logout. So here you can see it's now showing as a sign in not found. I understand what exactly the things I did. You can see the reverse area I added as a sign in. So also we have to add our app name. That means here that is our app name, and after that app name we have to use our this sign in, right? So right now here, so first of all it will be our app logging and then our sign in. That means that is actually our logging. So now I just click as a save all. So friend, here index is perfectly working. Because of all in our index area I didn't add any app logging. Like if you go to our main site, that is our main blog project, if you go to that URL, here you can see here I didn't add any app name. So for the reasons our direct command, that means our direct URL path is working. So that is our name is working. But here in our URL I added one of the app name, so that will be our app name. First of all you have to add it, and then you have to call that your path name. So now I just click as a save all. Here I just simply updated it. So for first of all that will be our app logging and then our sign in, right? Now let's check this out. If you now go back and refresh it, so you can see it's already logged out. So that means our logout is perfectly working. So you can see when it should be this user is logged out, then our two of this menu visible. That means here right now our sign up and the logging menu is visible, right? Now I want to click as a login again and put that our username as a test and Udemy 12345. Now click as a login. Yeah, you can see it's now becoming updated menu as a home and the logout, right? And then that is our home page, and if we click as a logout, now you can see it's now perfectly successfully logged out, and there is our sign up and the logging is visible. So home is actually needed. Better I want to put, I make the things from here, I cut it and before I add it, and after this for this logout I want to make our this authenticated, because of all for our home page that home page will be needed, right? Now if you click as a save all, and now if you refresh, yeah, you can see it's now showing as a home, sign up and the logging. Because of all right now I am not logged in, so for the reasons it's now showing our three of this. So that is showing our home and then our authenticated. Our logout will be visible when this user is authenticated, that means when this user is logged in. Okay, again I want to test it, so I make it a test Udemy 12345, click as a login. Yeah, now you can see it's now perfect visible as a home, and then our logout. So that is our home page. Click as a logout. It's now perfectly redirected to our logging page. So here I just simply add that condition. So when this will be as a logout request, then it will be returned, and with our HTTP response redirect with the reverse, it will be passed to our app logging sign in page, right? So you can see it's now perfectly redirected to our logging page. So friend, we successfully complete our logout portion, we successfully complete our sign up and the logging portions, right? So from here you can sign up, you can log in, and also you can log out. So now I want to work with our some of the user profile, like when this user will be logging, and for this user there should be some of the profile page. So how can working with the user profile in our next video, I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.